I think I took 8.
Here we go. Mike's hot.
We are back live at Blackhall Country Club. We're joined now by this guy. What a career.
He owns this place.
Bill Hermanson, he literally, you could say he owns this place. Connecticut Golf Hall of Famer. 27 club championships. Going over 6 decades. Now, are all 27 this course?
Yeah. Yep.
He
owns this
you
place.
own this course.
Yeah.
You own this course.
I started playing here right after about a month after I graduated from college, 1978. So I've been here for quite a while.
Okay. You played today, right?
Oh, yeah.
What did you hit?
I shot 74 today.
Oh, my God. That's
And he's
I've
not
never
happy
even
with
shot
that.
in
You're not
any
happy
round.
with the 74,
no,
are
not
you?
really, but it could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Tell us your whole story on the golf. Like, when did you start? Why are you here? Why didn't you go big
why'd you
time?
pick this club?
What
So-
held you back, my man?
So I'm lucky. I was a baseball player in junior high school, little league, all the way up. And in my freshman year in high school, I did something I'm really not proud of, but I quit the team over playing time. I didn't feel like I was getting the playing time I should have gotten, and it was an immature decision. But turned out to be the best decision I ever made because a buddy of mine talked me into going out for the golf team, and here I am, 60 years later.
But how did you take to it? I mean, how quickly did you know? Like we had Tommy Dallahan on, and he said, about 12 years old and stuff like that. He was playing hockey, playing baseball, and he just chose golf. How do you just say, okay, I'm going to do golf?
Well, because I quit the baseball team, and I had nothing else to do. And a buddy of mine talked me into going out for the golf team, almost on a lark.
But how old are you?
I was 13, I suppose,
Okay.
13, something like that. And I stunk. I wasn't any good, but I got lucky because we had 4 other guys who were right around my same age, and we all just played together, and we pushed each other, and we all improved. And I've been playing ever since. It's a great thing about golf, by the way. Here I am, 50 years later, 60 years later, I'm still playing.
And still playing well.
So, that's debatable, but I'm still playing.
Okay, what is the level that you couldn't get over to get to the PGA Tour? Was it a want? Was it a need where I didn't want to really do it? Or were you not long off the tee? What were the things that Bill Hermanson back?
So that was back in the 70s, right, which is a lot different then. There wasn't nearly as many playing opportunities. There wasn't nearly as many mini tours. There was basically one, the Space Coast Tour. And I qualified here in Connecticut for U.S. Open qualifying, and I went down to Canoe Brook in Jersey, and I played, and I ran into the tour. It was the week after Westchester. But he was not a nice guy.
Okay.
And it was a 36-hole day, and in between rounds, everyone else went into the clubhouse for lunch. They had a nice lunch for us, and he went into his van. He had a van, and it looked like Fast Times at Ridgemont High because he opened the doors, and there was like a mattress in there, beer cans, who knows what else. You could see
oh, my God.
Exactly. That's what it looked like. And the van was an absolute mess, and I looked at that, and I thought, I don't know if I want to do this. And the other thing that made my decision easier is I did go to Florida after I got out of college, and with the idea of playing.
Yeah.
And I ended up in Gainesville, Florida, which is University of Florida.
Yep.
And played with a lot of the guys on the golf team there. Mark Calcavecchia was there, Kenny Green, a bunch of guys that went on to be tour players. And my short game wasn't nearly as good. At that level, it's all.
And that's what we're talking here. So, Bill, we've been watching these guys, man. We see them off the tee. We go to Travelers every year. We've been there for 10 years. We watch the best in the world. And the differences aren't that big.
No,
we're talking minute levels of differences here. Like, that's got to be nerve-wracking for anybody who's really, really good and under 75 all day.
It is, and it's such a minute difference between the best players in the world and the guys you never heard of. And there's so many of them. I used to see guys on the best player on the University of Florida team at that time was the worst ball striker, but he consistently shot the best scores because he knew how to manage his game, and he knew how to get it up and down when he missed the green. So it was eye-opening for me, and that led to my decision not to pursue professional golf.
So take us to where you start winning all these club championships and amateur championships and stuff like that. I mean, you get probably 15 in, And people are like, every time he said this, every time they see you, they're like,
oh, great.
Great.
Look who's
Hermanson's here again.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but yeah.
How many? I looked at the board in there.
Yeah.
Very years your name wasn't consistently the winner. The years you didn't win, was it just a couple of bad days or what?
We've had a lot of good players here. We've had,
I know you got, what, 330 members here?
Yep, 330 members. And
Does it stay at that number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
I used to be at Waterbury Country Club. They usually stay at it.
Oh, yeah. Love that place. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, no, we've had a lot of really good players here over the years, so I'm lucky to have done what I've done. We've got one of the guys here was also in the Hall of Fame, Jeff Hedden, and he won this tournament back, 20 years ago. But he was a hell of a player. Phil Perry's a hell of a player. So it hasn't been easy to win them all. I mean, we've had a lot of really good players, and we got a bunch of young players now that, my time's kind of passed, but, there's a bunch of really good players here now too. So
you said this in the press conference, and you were just telling us a little story about Jackson Roman as well. That you were even like so modest in the press conference, like, and there's no way I can win this. I can't compete. These guys are so long off the tee. Our friend Rich Beam tells us this all the time. That's why PGA Championship, I'm not competing. I'm just there to wave my hat and say. They're so far off the tee now. Is it bigger, faster, stronger? Is it equipment? What's going on with these youngsters banging 350 off the tee?
It's all of that, and it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing because I'm probably hitting the ball as far, in pure number-wise, as I was 30 years ago, which, if you think about it, doesn't make any sense.
Right.
I should be 20 yards shorter, at least, but I'm not. I'm hitting the ball this pure yardage-wise. It's the same. But I've lost so much relative to all the young kids. They're bombing it by me. The equipment, they're better athletes. You're getting better athletes playing golf now. They're starting, at a younger age. And they're getting fine-tuned on the equipment. They're getting fit. So they're getting the right combination of the ball, the shaft, the head, and it's all tricks. It's all analytics. Once they get that dialed in, and those young kids, the equipment is helping them exponentially more than it is average guys.
All right, take your clubs. How often do you change your clubs, or are you just comfortable with your clubs? And how many? I'm a freak. I have too many putters because I stink.
Oh, you and me both.
But so you go through putters a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been known to switch putters on occasion. I've used multiple putters in the same tournament, so there you go. But I rarely change my driver. I drive the ball pretty well. I've had a set of Strix on about 5 years now, which I absolutely love.
So it's like a gamer glove to a major leaguer. These guys will part with it.
Yeah.
You're comfortable.
So the lab is supposedly the thing that sets them apart is that there's no torque, right? So the putter stays square.
The shaft isn't like straight down. It's kind of like at an angle.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
It's at perfectly. But the head doesn't rotate. It stays perfect, supposedly. And it's kind of unique, and they definitely have a story, and they're selling a lot of putters. The guy who won the U.S. Open, J.J. Spawn, made that long putter on the last hole with a lab putter.
Oh, really?
Kind of a nice commercial.
Oh, yeah. So that's, as you see that, whammo.
Yep. So there's a lot of guys. I saw a bunch of them here today, so not that this should be a commercial for lab putters.
No, because, listen, I was just in the pro shop. I love putters. Listen, I buy Scotty Cameron putters, whatever, just because I like the look of them.
Yeah.
I think I have like some Black Widow putter I bought years ago because I like the look of it. It doesn't make me a better putter. He knows. He knows. And I could golf both right-handed and left-handed poorly, but I could at least hit driver straight and do a few things. But
you can play right and left-handed.
Yeah.
It's really pretty fascinating. Wow. It's an ambidextrous style. And like you switch putters maybe during a tournament, he'll switch sides of the ball during a round.
That's unbelievable. Wow.
It's ridiculous.
That's athleticism.
I agree. All right, so we're talking to Bill Hermanson. He basically owns this course as a 27-time club champion, but you're a CT Golf Hall of Famer, my man. And when I talk to a lot of people in Connecticut golf or New England golf, and we always ask this question, and you've been to Florida, you've been around the playing golf. What's the difference in the Connecticut or New England golfer than the rest of the golfing world?
Well, we don't get to play year-round, obviously. The guys down south in Florida, Arizona, California, Texas, they got a big advantage because they're playing year-round. But other than that, I don't know if there is a big difference. We got a lot of really good players that can compete, and a lot of guys that are that close, to being versus radio. So that means nothing, but very, very close.
Very slim, yeah.
So yeah, I don't think there is a lot of difference. If you can play around here, you can play anywhere.
Tell us about the hall. Doesn't have a lot of water, but you have a ton of sand traps.
Yeah, there are a lot of sand traps. There's a lot of dog legs. There's not many straight holes here, so two things make the course play longer than the card. So you look at the card and you say, oh, it's not a very long golf course. Well, there's a lot of dog legs, which makes it play longer, and almost every hole is uphill. Some only slightly uphill, some significantly uphill, but almost every hole is uphill, second shot. And so that makes it play longer still. So, it plays a lot longer than what the card says. Ton of bunkers, tiny greens. You got to hit accurate second shots to get it on the right tier. There's a lot of tiered greens. You can see right out back here, that's the fifth green. If you get it in the wrong spot there, you're gonna three putt.
It's a 4-putt for me, my friend, a couple weeks ago. It was rough. What about the membership around here with this tournament? How proud are you guys to have the Connecticut Open at Black Hall?
Yeah, well, this is our second time hosting it. We're very proud, and this is a big deal for us. We want to be up there with the top clubs in Connecticut. The Waterburys, the New Havens, the Hartfords, the Fairfields, Brooklawns, all those kind of clubs. We want to be in that group, and you can't be in that group if you're not hosting events like this. And you got to give back to the game, right? So it's easy to close yourself off and say, oh no, we don't want outside play. Guys are taking a golf course up. We can't play because it's close to the members basically from Sunday at noon until Thursday at noon. Or maybe
this is why I bring it up, because I know some clubs that do not like these tournaments at them.
Yeah. There are certain members probably too here that don't like it, but overall the club's very much behind it, and you have to give back, right? If everybody had that attitude, there'd never be a tournament. There
right.
would be no US
and you want
Open.
people to enjoy it. I mean,
Right.
I think the thing about golf is that I love is that, and since I'm not a good golfer, is I love being out in the woods. I love being ever since he moved here 10 years ago. He loves wherever we play. Something's going to run out at you. A fox. It could be a deer. It could be a hawk flying on
We
you.
had the coyotes on the 18th hole today. Did you hear them?
I did not hear them.
Oh, they were howling.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just
so
a few
there's-
minutes ago, yeah.
This is why I love
That
being
is
outside
awesome.
golfing.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But yeah, so we're proud. We're proud to have it here, and there's a ton of volunteers out there today in 95-degree heat and putting in the hours, and so
feels like
it's been great.
This is a hard tournament to win, my man. I mean, there's so many great golfers. The course is really difficult as well. It's just I feel like the competition level to cut it down to 40 from 150, like even to make it to Wednesday, is a hell of a feat.
It is, and the field, the quality of golf's getting better and better each year. These kids are hitting it 9 miles. They're not afraid of going low. Seems like 30 years ago, guys would get to 3 or 4 under and they'd start protecting. We want to try to keep it at 3 or 4. These kids today, they get 3 or 4 under, they want to get 5, then they want to get 6, and then they want to get 7. So it's just
that's
they
the
have
right
that
attitude.
Go low mentality.
Bury somebody.
And they it's like they're born with that from the cradle. But that's just the way that junior golf has developed.
Will you come on and talk more golf with us and other stuff?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. You're fantastic.
Yeah.
Bill Hermanson, everybody. Connecticut Golf Hall of Fame here on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell in your afternoon drive. We'll be back from Black Hall after this.
From the Staple.
Clear.
This